All right, let's talk some Justin Fields. I thought he played well in this one. There's still some issues that just are going on with really the Bears offense in general, more so than just Fields. But what Fields did was he made some splash plays. So let's talk about his performance, the good and the bad. We'll start off with this play. It's a bad play, but it's not really a horrible play. I don't know who to put the blame on, I guess. But this is just something I'm bringing up because I noticed this a lot when watching Bears footage. So I don't know if it's a Fields thing, a coaching thing, or a receiver thing, but this is something that's happening far too often, and the Bears need to fix it. It's a zone coverage play, and you have Darnell Mooney running a route that can get open and gets this coverage. You know, it's a route that has a chance if you get past the corner towards the sideline. It's a tough throw. I mean, Fields is going to take the snap on the hash marks on the right side of the offense, so throwing all the way to the left sideline, tough angle. But right when this play begins, you do see that it's working. The route is open. Mooney is currently behind the defensive back. And it feels like this is kind of just a chemistry thing more than anything, where the receiver is saying, okay, I'm running a deep route. I'm just going to run my route, but I just am in good position to run that route. Whereas Fields is saying, hey, if I lead you towards the sideline, you're going to get wide open. This will be an easy completion and an easy first down, maybe even a touchdown right here. So this is kind of a chemistry thing that I see happening a lot. Like, look, I mean, this throw, I don't think that's a missed throw. I don't think Fields just missed it. I think Fields was trying to put it there, or at least trying to put it around there, and Mooney was not expecting it to be there. He was expecting it to still be what the play was designed for, and there really is no right answer for this. As an offense, you can run it either way, but you just have to be on the same page. And, they're 5 weeks into the season, so making some of these mistakes does make sense, but they're making more than the average team is. There's no denying that. So, again, I don't know who to put the blame on, but it's something that's happening. And also, something like this, again, I really don't have, that's kind of my only issue with Fields' game was like that stuff, which I don't even know how much to put the blame on him for. The other issues with the Bears offense, like the guy's got to catch the ball, it feels like. I don't know if Fields throws a particularly uncatchable ball somehow. I don't think so. I think it's just the Bears aren't great at catching it. It's a zone coverage play. You have a receiver who's going to get into a gap in coverage. This is a good situation. And it gets better once this play begins. I mean, you're going to notice that there's an opening, right? It's not wide open, but I mean, this is NFL wide open. This is a throw that you have to make, and it's a catch that you have to make. And Fields does make it. It's an accurate throw. It literally hits the receiver in the hands, it's just a flat out drop. There's no even, you can't even say it was a bit behind him, or it was a bit too hard, a bit too high. No, that was perfect. I mean, it was a bit high where the receiver had to jump up, but that was intended because you have to get it over a Minnesota player. So that's exactly where Fields was trying to put it. And there were a few of those in the game, which that was kind of the biggest issue that the Bears had. But other than that, I thought that he played well, and, he was able to keep them in it due to big plays. That's kind of the thing about Fields, I think. And the intriguing thing about Justin Fields is I don't think Fields is I'm going to make a baseball example that I make a lot with quarterbacks, which is there's some quarterbacks who have high batting averages and some quarterbacks who hit a lot of home runs. I don't know if Fields has the highest of batting average, but he can certainly hit his share of home runs. And of course, the comparison is, listen, is there some, smaller mistakes that he makes? Yeah, there is, in my opinion, there is, but he can also make these splash plays, and this is an example. It's a one-on-one matchup on the outside with a single safety deep, and watch what happens. Fields is going to take the snap right here. Fields is going to look towards his left, and again, it's pretty open. Like, this is a good shot to take, especially when you have another receiver who's taking away the deep safety. So this will be a true one-on-one matchup deep down the field. It's the correct decision for Justin Fields to make. Fields is going to put this one in a good spot, a little bit behind, but I mean, that's nitpicky. That was a good spot. Mooney was able to make the catch. That's a good throw, in my opinion, and a great catch, obviously. But, that's what you want to do, is be able to make these good throws down the field, and Justin Fields definitely has that ability to do that. Going on to this play, let's talk about, this was an incredible play that unfortunately would not stand as a touchdown, but it was still a great play, so let's talk about it. I'm pausing it right here, but watch what happens once I play it. So Fields takes the snap. Fields is going to see that, okay, he has a window to run. He gets past the linebacker. This alone would have already been great by Fields being in this spot. I'm also going to show the reason why it doesn't stand is this probably isn't a touchdown without this penalty, if we're being honest. This block in the back here, which is a clear block in the back. I mean, you see the block in the back, like, yeah, okay, that's what allowed Fields to be able to get the touchdown. Several flags through several flags were thrown, but at the same time, like, okay, if that was actually just a good block, though, Fields would have been able to make this a touchdown, which almost never happens in football, and he was able to do it through his acceleration and through his, great ability to move in open space. I mean, the guy's like a running back out there at times. He can definitely do this stuff, and again, you can get explosive plays this way, and that's kind of what Fields can do. Fields is the kind of guy who, his PFF grade, if you're a fan of that, he's currently the 33rd rated quarterback out of 36 eligible quarterbacks. That's not ideal. And again, the batting average stuff, again, that's kind of what PFF grades, is how consistently do you run your offense effectively. And he still has work to be done there. There's no denying that. But in a game like this, he at least showed that he does have the positives, and that's kind of the optimistic thing. And even stuff like this, which is just, again, a lot of things you can teach. You can teach how to run an offense. I don't know if it's as easy as some people think it is of, oh, well, if you have the talent, you'll just learn how to run an offense. Not exactly how that works. A lot of people that have talent don't learn how to run an offense. But there is definitely ways you can get better at that stuff, absolutely. But some things you can't teach is just physical talent, and there's no denying Justin Fields has this remarkable physical talent, and that's why some people absolutely loved him out of the draft. Some people said he should have been the first quarterback taken in a draft class that had Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. I've highlighted a defensive tackle. We're going to see something that Fields has seen far too often, which is going to be an immediate pressure. I mean, watch this defensive tackle. Great. I mean, again, I'm not even going to blame the guard on that because that was a great move. So, like, what are you supposed to do about that? Great spin move to get through. I'm just going to, tip my cap to the defender. Fields is now in a situation where he has a player grabbing his legs. Only so much you can do here, though. If you are a defender, you can't, hit his legs too hard. That would be a personal foul. Roughing the passer. We know how to love to throw roughing the passer flags. So you do have to be careful. But still, there's contact being made. Fields is in trouble. He does have a player to throw to, and watch how he's able to make this throw. So listen, some of these Justin Fields things end up backfiring and turn into turnovers and things like that, but plenty of them do not. And, when they don't, it actually makes him look fantastic. So this is the hope, is that we just get more of these kind of Justin Fields games and less of the, games where things completely fall apart. We want to see a bigger sample size. I think it's fair to say. I've been disappointed kind of with Justin Fields this season. I don't think he's grown so much through the first 4 weeks as I was maybe hoping he would. Again, I don't know who would have been more effective. I don't know how you could be too much more effective given just the situation around him. I don't put the blame around him too much. But this was the first game where I'm like, okay, this feels like a better Justin Fields than we saw last season. He still kind of feels like a similar player in a lot of ways, where he makes the highlight reel level plays, but needs to work on his consistency. I think that that's reasonable. But at the same time, one way you can benefit is just if you make the highlight reel level plays happen more frequently. Like, yes, if you're a low batting average guy who hits home runs, one of the ways that you can stay on the team is just hit more home runs. And maybe that's the way Fields is going to go. I don't know, but it's an interesting situation for Fields. So that's what I thought. I thought he played well. You hope that this game is something that we'll see more of, but that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.